Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival with LD7. As you can see, we have been pretty busy in between sessions. I went ahead and built us a base and did some other things like that in between. I'm going to just give you a little tour of what we've done. So as you can see, we've got 3 solar capacitors here. That's what these little guys are. I just built it out of wood because it's cheap. I built a chainsaw. It uses biofuel to run, but if you go up to a tree and use this chainsaw, you'll get wood. So pretty easy. Then we built some small solar panels, so there's one there, and then I have some more as well. But let's just take a look. So I've got an automatic door. This is the inside. I put some lights up just for when it gets dark. I also built a small constructor here. Container controller, armor locker, built some armor, made some more ammo and such. We've got a regular fuel tank, or small fuel tank, I guess. A little bit of fuel in there. Cargo box, some stairs going up, another door. Then we've got a small generator for when it's nighttime and we still want some power. And then 2 more solar panels, and this bad boy is a large constructor. Now, I know the mission on the side was to craft a hover vessel. I went ahead and built all the stuff that we're going to need to build this craft. We'll do that in a minute. But I just wanted to let you guys know, in order to actually build this guy right here, the hover vessel starter, you actually need a large constructor. Now, the way you do that, you do have to spend some points to unlock it. So if you go under base and scroll down, there's a small constructor you have to unlock, and then you need to unlock the large constructor as well. So you have to be at least level 5 in order to build a hover vessel, essentially. I built some other stuff as well. So I built a harvester module. This allows you to gather rocks and trees. So that's pretty cool. A detector. This will detect ores as we go around. Some thrusters to go a little faster. Fuel tank and a generator to power it. Container for ore and wood, and a controller. So these are essentially the cargo boxes. Without this, this is useless. Put some spotlights so just in case it gets dark. I've got some biofuel to power our craft. Then we've got our engines. RCS allows you to turn, and some steel blocks to build with. So that's kind of what we've been doing. Like I said, we've been fairly busy. I plan on expanding our solar capacity as well, just so we don't really have to use the generator over here, because let's be honest, it sucks having to make fuel. It takes forever. But with this large constructor, you can build just about everything. I mean, there's still some stuff that you can't, because there's the advanced constructor, but that's okay. I'm just going to make one of these texture and color tools. The reason being, this tool will allow you to actually paint not only the blocks on your base, but also on your craft. So I plan on painting a little bit just because it makes things look nicer. I also want to build a regular multi-tool as opposed to this survival tool, because this will allow you to actually repair, change, rotate, upgrade blocks, stuff like that. So when we decide to upgrade our base, we can use that multi-tool to replace these blocks with something better. In addition, you can repair them. Wood is not very strong. It only has like 20 hit points, so it's pretty easy to destroy. So that's kind of what we've been doing. And I mean, like I said, I wanted to kind of scout around and see if I could find a better spawn location. As you can see, I did go all over the place. I mean, I went all the way down to the pole, went through, so we found Polaris, Xerax, and Talon guys around us. These guys have, you know, deposits, but you don't really want to mine it because it lowers your standing, which I don't really want to do. So I ended up just coming back to where we started with these 3 deposits. Yes, they're small, and we're going to need to find more, but I figure we can do that with our hover vessel. So, without too much more delay, we're going to go ahead and try to get this built. I just want to show you how this multi-tool works on repair. So let's see, repair. So as you can see, this is missing 20 hit points. Oh, it needs a multi-charge. I think I have one of those actually. Just one. So we won't have a lot of ammo, but whatever. So that's going to reload. And yeah, so there we go. That is repaired now. And yeah, so pretty basic. I mean, whatever. Not that fancy of a tool, but thought I'd show you guys how that works. So, we're going to put this back in here because I don't really need it right now, and we're going to focus on building this hover vessel. Now, I know I mentioned that I like using the blueprints for this because it's a little bit easier, but the mission requires you to actually craft the parts and try to assemble the ship yourself. So we're going to try to do that. The difficulty is getting the engines on the bottom. So yeah, we're going to try our best on that. So there's our little template, I suppose. And we're going to get this. I need an RCS for surezies. So I'm going to put the RCS right there. We're going to encase that. So the thing with vehicles and bases, right? So you have the core, which defines the vehicle, and then you have these RCS and other components that are important because if they get destroyed, you can't actually use what you're making. So just keep that in mind. With hover vehicles, especially if you're going to try to build one yourself, you want to be careful because it has to be evenly distributed with your engines and weight and stuff like that. Otherwise, it will not work. So just keep those things in mind when you're, building your craft if you're going to do it on your own. What I kind of want to do, I wonder if this will work. So I guess I could put an engine there, an engine there, and an engine there. And we'll put this one on the back. And that should give us a decent little bit of, control. I'm going to put on our thrusters as well. And just a little tip for you, you can rotate things. So for me, home spins it along the axis, delete changes the axis, or axis rather. So if I put this guy like so, that will shoot out the back. Then, that's actually how I want it, so we're gonna change it back like this, so we can get an engine facing each direction, so we have relatively good control. I mean, there's probably a better way to do this, I'm sure there is. I'm not all that good at building these vehicles by hand. So if you know a better way, more power to you, but this is kind of just a basic little shit craft, all things considered, so no worries. I'm going to put our fuel tank here, and we're going to put the generator close by as well. And what I plan on doing, just to, make this a little bit better, is I'm going to encase the front here, and we're going to put our actual pieces, like the harvester module needs to be across the front, otherwise it won't be very useful to us. So we're going to do that. I'm just kind of building up a little platform here so we can put the cockpit on top of the engines. That's the plan anyway. I'm going to have to build more blocks, it looks like, but that's alright. They're pretty cheap. I did also, in between sessions, go and harvest out, like, salvage base or whatever. So we have, like, almost 2,000 steel or 1,600, something like that. I've used a little bit to build these blocks and things, but whatever. So we do have, materials to make these bricks. They just cost steel, so they're actually fairly cheap for us at this point in time. So, yeah, kind of fun. Allows you to get a little creative. I mean, this is not going to be the best craft in the game by any means. So, yeah. Let's go back in here. I'm just going to use the small constructor because it really doesn't matter. As you can see, we've got a fair amount of steel, as at this point, so I'm going to make another 50 blocks. I don't think it takes all that long to craft. But the way I have this set... Oh, another thing to mention. With these bigger constructors, they have to go in a base. That's why I built one. And then you also need to have a cargo box for the input. And then you can use the same input as an output. I don't because I have 2 containers, but that's kind of up to you. So that's about all the time we have for this episode. So as you can see, we've done a lot in between. We're going to finish our hover vehicle next time, but if you're enjoying the series so far, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. And until next time, this has been LD7. See ya.